Someone asked me a simple question in English. I knew the answer. I knew the words. But my brain translated first. And by the time English came back, the conversation had already moved on.
That is the 5-second delay.
It felt like 5 years. I was at a birthday party. Someone I had just met turned to me and asked, very casually, very simply, "So, Jake, what do you do for fun?" And I knew the answer. I have hobbies. I have opinions. I have an entire personality. But instead of answering, my brain opened a translation office.
A full office.
With paperwork. First, the idea went to my native language. Then I tried to translate it back to English. Then I checked if the grammar sounded okay. And while all of that was happening, the person smiled politely and turned away. I stood there thinking, I knew what I wanted to say. So why did my brain take the long way around?
Hey, English learners.
Welcome back to English Without Apology.
I'm Claire.
And I'm Jake, the guy whose brain apparently uses Google Maps with traffic.
Accurate. Last episode, we talked about how to disagree in English without sounding rude. And we ended with this problem. What do you do when you know exactly what you want to say, but your brain starts translating first?
That was not hypothetical for me.
Today, we're talking about how to stop translating in your head and start thinking in English more directly.
Because that's the frustrating part. I can understand English when I hear it. I can read English and understand the meaning. But when it's my turn to speak, the words disappear.
They don't disappear. Your brain just takes the long road first. Quick question before we continue. Do you understand English better than you speak it? Tell us in one sentence.
And trust me, if your answer is yes, you are not alone.
Okay, Jake's birthday party moment. Let's talk about what actually happened.
Please, because I keep blaming my vocabulary.
That's what most learners do. They think, my English isn't good enough. I need more words.
Exactly. That is my first thought every time.
But in moments like this, vocabulary is often not the main problem.
Really?
Your brain didn't freeze because your English was gone. It froze because it took the road it knows best.
The road?
The mental road. For years, your brain learned one way to find meaning. Go to your native language first, then translate into English. That road is familiar. It feels safe. So under pressure, your brain goes back to it.
So I don't have a vocabulary problem?
You have a road problem.
And roads can be changed.
Exactly. Today is not about forcing yourself to be perfect. It's about building a shorter road from idea to English.
That already feels less stressful.
Good, because stress is part of the problem.
How?
When you're calm, your brain can explore. But when someone is waiting for your answer, your brain wants safety. And safety usually means use the old road.
Native language first.
Exactly.
That explains why I can practice alone and feel fine. But then in real conversation, suddenly I'm back to translating everything.
Yes, because real conversation adds pressure. And pressure brings back the strongest habit.
My brain is loyal to the wrong road.
Very loyal. I need to tell you something quickly.
Go ahead.
A few years ago, I was in a meeting with teachers I really respected. Someone asked me in English what I thought about a new teaching method.
Okay.
I teach English. That is literally my subject. And I translated in my head before I answered.
You?
Completely. I knew my answer. I knew the words. But I could feel my brain checking another language first.
So it happens even when you know a lot.
Yes, because translation is not just a knowledge problem. It's a habit problem.
Okay, so how do we build the new road?
3 tools, simple, practical, and designed for real conversation. Tool number 1, picture first.
Picture first?
When you hear a word in English, don't look for the translation first. Look for the image, the feeling, or the real thing.
So not English word to native word.
Right, English word to meaning. When someone says coffee, don't search for the word in your language. See the cup, smell the steam, feel the warmth.
Coffee. I can see it. Dark, small cup, probably too strong.
Good, you just bypassed the translation. Your brain went straight from English to meaning.
No detour through my native language.
No detour. That's the short road.
My brain has been taking a very unnecessary scenic route.
A beautiful route. Terrible for conversation. Start with easy things: coffee, phone, chair, rain, tired, hungry, happy. Then move to situations: meeting, birthday party, awkward silence, good news.
So I can picture not just objects, but moments.
Exactly. The more English connects directly to meaning, the less your brain needs translation. Tool number 2, launch before you're ready.
That sounds dangerous.
It sounds dangerous, but it's actually very normal. Most learners wait until the whole sentence is ready in their head before they start speaking.
Oh, that's exactly what I do.
And while you're waiting, your brain starts translating.
So the waiting creates the translation.
Very often, yes. So the fix is, don't wait for the whole sentence. Launch the first safe words.
But what if I don't know how the sentence will end?
That's okay. Native speakers do this all the time. They start speaking and find the end on the way.
So at the birthday party, instead of waiting for the perfect answer, I could just start.
Exactly. Start small.
I really like hiking on weekends. And sometimes I cook. Not very well, but I cook.
Perfect. You launched. Your brain followed.
Because I didn't give it time to open the translation office.
Exactly.
So the first words don't need to be brilliant. They just need to get me moving.
That's it. Tool number 3, ready phrases.
The launch pads.
Exactly. You freeze not because you don't know the topic, but because you don't know how to start.
The beginning is the worst part.
So instead of building every sentence from zero, keep a few openers ready. Already loaded, already trusted, already in English.
Like what?
I'd say, to be honest, what I mean is, That's a good question. The way I see it,
These get me into English before my brain can go looking for the old road.
exactly. The first few words are already there. Your brain doesn't have to build from zero. It just follows the opener.
To be honest, I really enjoy hiking. And I've been getting into cooking lately. Not very successfully, but still.
Natural, confident, no detour.
Because the opener was already there.
That's the short road. Quick drill, real situation. I'm someone you just met. Ready?
Ready.
Hey, Jake. So what have you been up to lately?
I'd say it's been a busy few weeks. I've been working a lot and trying to cook more at home, which is going okay, mostly.
Nice. That felt very natural. What helped most?
To be honest, starting with I'd say stopped my brain from waiting. I just launched and the rest came.
That's exactly how it works.
And I didn't go the long way once.
Not once.
That might be a personal record.
Let's keep that record going. Now let's make this practical for the week.
Like a plan?
A simple 7-day short road challenge. Day 1 and 2. Picture first. 10 words a day, English word to image, not translation. Day 3 and 4. Launch before you're ready. Answer one simple question out loud without waiting for the perfect sentence. Day 5 to 7. Ready phrases. Use one opener every day. I'd say, to be honest, or that's a good question.
That feels doable. Not easy, but doable.
That's the point. You're not trying to become fluent in a week. You're teaching your brain that a shorter road exists.
Okay, if I forget everything today, what's the one thing I should remember?
Your brain already knows more English than you think. It just keeps asking your native language for permission.
And I don't need permission.
Exactly.
Stop translating. Start trusting.
Yes, that's the one. From the guy who froze at a birthday party
Please stop reminding me.
to someone with 3 tools to take the short road.
And next time someone asks what I do for fun, I'll be ready before the translation office opens.
Here's your challenge this week. Small, safe, specific. Pick one ready phrase, just one. Maybe I'd say, or to be honest. And use it once today, out loud, in English.
Even alone. Even in the shower.
Especially in the shower.
Safe place, good acoustics.
And when you try it, come back and tell us, did your brain take the short road or did it still try to translate first?
We really want to know.
If this episode helped you, subscribe. New episodes every week. Real English. Real situations. Real conversations.
Next episode, why your brain still translates before you speak English, even when you already know the words.
Today we started building the short road. Next time, we'll talk about why your brain keeps going back to the old road and how to stop blaming yourself when it happens.
That one also feels painfully personal.
We had a feeling.
Thanks for being here today. Seriously.
We really appreciate you.
See you next time.
Bye.